Good afternoon. This is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com, and today I wanted to do a market review. I didn't even really look at the market since late Friday afternoon. I mean, I saw what the market was doing, but I just kind of went about my day after the morning, and lo and behold, the market did something a little unexpected on Friday. It did gap down into a daily sell setup, which I felt that it would do and thought that it would do and called that it would do. Okay, so that is what transpired. Initially, when I saw we were opening and gapping into this area in the morning, I said we could open and rally up, but would be preferable if we opened and went up a little bit, couldn't come down, and then fell all the way into here at the 65.70 number I've been looking at for like 2 months. That didn't turn out that way. What did we do? Well, we did open and we fell and we did a bottoming tail. And then we flipped and went green. In fact, let's look at the bottom here, 66.54. The open in this bar here is 66.57. Do you see? That's where we came into. Let me just see these other numbers here. No, that was it then. Here, 56. It's actually 2 numbers. The low of this bar here and the open of this bar here is the bottom of the tail on Friday. That's what we fell into and held and bounced. All right? Within a penny. So the reality is that I did not expect us to be this bullish on Friday. What do I mean by that? I mean the way that the day transpired. Let me just go over it. Here was the fall, which was the tail. This is the first 15 minutes of the day. Then we rallied, went over the high of the day, and that's fine. I thought we'd do a 15-minute sell setup into lunch, but we did a little bit before lunch. We did 11 o'clock. Came in, but then we flipped and held. I thought this was a fake out, and we go back down and do a 15-minute sell. We tried here, but then we didn't go anywhere with it. The reality is that we ran up hard into 10:45, and then we really held the rest of the day. So we didn't come in, and we didn't go further. We held the rest of the day. Now, if you want to make this really big, it looks like a basing pattern that it's ready to break out to go higher if you just scrunch it and look at the small area. But if you look at the bigger area, what happened was a hard rally up quick, okay? Quick up in an hour and a half, and then stabilized. So you can look at it like the market was holding green all afternoon, which it was. It was holding the strength, and that is bullish. And the market was, I was watching this. This was bullish. This was bullish. And then this pull-up right away was bullish. And then holding here is bullish. This is bullish. This is bullish. This is bullish. There's no way around it. We were bullish on Friday. We still couldn't get over that area, though. I just, we were very bullish on Friday the way that we traded because we dropped hard and quick in 15 minutes and then rallied up and then held and held into the close. So we were bullish. And we failed on a daily sell setup continuation. That's really not a surprise though, considering the fact that we've failed on every buy setup too. So I'm not going to just be flipping and saying, oh, we're going to fly through the roof here now bullishly next week. But it's possible the way we held bullishly the whole day. But again, it brings us into the question, why didn't we rally then? Why didn't we just rally over the diving tail? Because we had more than enough time to do this. This is where I come back around every single solitary time. We rallied up here. It's 11 o'clock. We pulled in for 3 red bars. We did a buy setup here in the 15-minute chart at 12 o'clock. And from 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock, the market had plenty of time to go somewhere, and it didn't. We could have rallied over the topping tail. Why didn't we do it? 67.74, 67.50. It was 24 cents. 24 cents. We couldn't even go up 24 cents. Why? 67.50. Such a big area here. Boy, this is a mess. The market's a mess. The market is an absolute mess. Look how tight this is. All we did was rally up to this tight. All we did is drop down to this tight. Open, drop down to tight. Rallied up to tight, tight, tight. It's like somebody squeezing. It's like It's like two hands atop, someone's squeezing it, squeezing it, squeezing the market. It's just squeezing the market so tight. Could it get any tighter? We're still in the range. I don't even want to say we're going to go higher next week. We're still in the range. I'm still going to keep my overall bias. I'm still going to keep my overall bias, which is what? In order to go higher and actually rally out with some forceful power, we need a bullish gap, a professional bullish gap. And where's that gap going to have to be? That gap is going to have to gap all the way up here. And if we gap above here, the market will continue higher and break over the highs. If we trade up here, I think we rally up to resistance. So if that's what we're going to do next week, then fine. Otherwise, a bearish gap could mean lower, which would only have to just happen right down here. Wouldn't even have to go as far for the bearish gap, which again means we've been lower. Or we trade down in here. Either way, we're coming down in this 200 somehow before we go anywhere higher. I just know it. Unless we want to rally up here and then fall hard into this. If we rally up to the this resistance and have a big red bar, zoom, then that could happen first before we come in here. This is what's going to happen. Either we rally up here and then fall in hard into a pull-in, or, which will be a noticeable resistance area, which it is already, or we wiggle and jiggle and wiggle and jiggle and wiggle and jiggle and come down in here and retest this area right here on the 200 period moving average. And like I said, at that point then, make a decision if we're going to lift off of this and go higher or come in lower. So it was a bullish action that happened in the morning on Friday, and we held bullish all afternoon long and didn't go anywhere. But we could have. We had 4 hours to do it. Once again, I'm asking myself why. If money and power wanted to come into the market, why didn't it do it in the 4 hours that the market was trading in that range from 12 o'clock to 4? Now, the reality was that that's a basing, like a breakout that could happen, which could happen on Monday morning and carry us through higher. But I still think at this point, if that's how it acts, it's just a rallying to resistance. Until I actually see real forceful power buying, I'm not going to be cajoled into thinking that we're going to lift off. Do you follow what I'm saying? So I need to see it. I know we have a bottoming tail. I know we have a green bar. But every time we get a bar like this, something else happens and slaps it back on its butt. So why are we going to think anything else differently from Friday? I'm not. All right, let's see what Monday brings. Let's just see what Monday brings. So this is Melissa with thestockswoosh.com. If you're interested in more information about my gap class, I'm doing a gap class this coming weekend, March 9th and 10th. If you're interested in signing up for the class and more information about my gap class or the live trading room, please feel free to contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thanks, everyone, and have a great weekend. Relax, enjoy yourselves, have a good time, get a good night's sleep, and I'll see you on Monday morning, bright and early to trade. Off to a good week. March 4th, it's going to be a good gap week. I can tell. I can just feel it. Have a good weekend, everybody.